介、ちょっと待って、本当にこれ以上は。さつき、俺はやっぱり。
いいよ。
え？
ごめん、ちょっとふざけすぎちゃったね。
Watari-kun episode number 8. If you guys know, if you've been around on the channel for a while, through all of the 8 episodes that I've covered so far, I've had an up and down relationship with Watari-kun. At moments, it's a really good anime to watch, and at most times, it's one of the worst of the season, and it just keeps doing that over and over again. The last few episodes, or last 2 episodes, I was talking about the new pink hair girl that's going to be introduced, that was introduced last week. And she has reared her ugly head this week and apparently has a thing for Watari as well. Now, her thing comes specifically from she wanted a boy toy, essentially, for whatever reason, and she thought Watari would fit the bill. Her name is Umezawa. And she was a former track star, now on a scholarship at a all-girls school on this same scholarship, but she's been not fulfilling her part on the track star stuff. She has now gotten a part-time job, which is where Watari met her, and she has set her sights on him because she wanted, again, a boy toy. But things aren't going as planned because there's 2 things. One, she's younger than Watari. She is 1 year his junior. So there's that part. So he doesn't, you know, when you're between that 14 to 18 range, you view age a lot differently than you will later on in life. And when you're in that sensitive age, somebody who's even 1 year younger than you or 1 grade younger, you could be like, oh, hey there, buddy pal. Hey there, kiddo. You know, even though you guys are maybe even like 9 months away in actual age, sometimes even less. It's just a weird phase in life that most of you go through, and I went through it, you probably went through it, or are going through it now. And that's just kind of how he views her, as like, hey, kiddo, you know. And she has pursued him a couple of times this episode, and he keeps kind of like rejecting her because he has a girlfriend or whatever. And he does admit that to her. And I think it's going to be one of the things, because of the consistent rejection, she's going to begin to actually like him, because she's never been treated like that. She has been able to get everything and anything that she's ever wanted. And like, you know, a lot of, and this goes for real people too, in real life, is when you're pursuing something and you can't have it, you want it even more. Now, that's not everybody, you know. Some people live in realism. And realize that, like, hey, there's certain boundaries and restrictions and financial things and emotional things, and there's a lot of things that go into a lot of things. So it's a reality to where you realize, like, oh yeah, I can't have this thing because of, I can't go get a Lamborghini because I don't have Lamborghini money, right? And even if I did, it's like, well, would I want to spend it on that? Oh, I can't date this person because they have no idea I exist. You know what I mean? So there's just, you know, stupid things, but like, you know, it is a natural thing for a lot of people to want something that they cannot have. So that's kind of where she falls into. Now, my disgust with that is, I talked about it last week, was like, you know, us barely getting to a point to where we're finally unraveling, what's her name? Satsuki. We're finally unraveling Satsuki, and the fact that she is plagued with mystery and thrillerish mystery and blah 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 for no freaking reason. Like, she is not that mysterious. She's just weird, right? She's just a weirdo, which is totally fine. So there's not really a lot of like murder mystery that we were led to believe originally of her being this weirdo. She just, you know, fits in a different category. So we finally got into a point where, like, they're childhood friends, but she keeps trying to push the boundaries. And then with Ishihara, they're finally dating because she's like, you know, hey, we're going to try this out. And they're moving slow as snails in that direction. So it's like the last thing that we need in the show, especially because it's a 13-episode season and we only have 5 episodes left. It's like the last thing we need is another girl to come in and muddy that up, because that just kind of solidifies that by the time we get to the end of the show, we're not going to get anything. We're not going to get romantic anything with anybody. Like, maybe, yes, maybe we'll get another kiss, maybe we'll get some foreplay, but we're not going to get anything significant, you know, with any of now the 3 girls in the show. At least that's kind of how I feel. And next week they want to do some fireworks thing to where Watari's gonna be his hand's gonna get forced into doing some firework date bullshit thing, So overall, this episode was literally girl gets introduced, goes after Watari. They work together on a shift at the new job. She continues to go after him, pursue him. He keeps rejecting her. We find out that she's not doing so well in her track stuff. She lies to say she has a boyfriend. Now she's trying to manipulate him to go out with him. He wants to bring his other friends, which is Glasses-kun. Him and Satsuki share a moment in her apartment because he thought she was working like a nightclub or something. And they share a moment where I don't know, they breathe really hard because she's massaging his leg. He gets really weird about it. They go ha ha he he. And then Ishihara and him spend time on like a date where she invites him over and his mind goes crazy. I can't make this stuff up, but the author sure did, and it is pretty bad writing. So I think this was a 6 out of 10 episode. It was tolerable at best, and I guess it just depends how much you like fan service and how much you like this new girl that just suddenly got thrown into our laps. Because there was fan service this episode with her laying on her bed in like lingerie, which is really weird, but whatever. And there was some fan service when she was at the restaurant, basically like, unbuttoning her shirt for Watari as well too. So, just depending how much you like fan service, that'll dictate how much you enjoyed the episode. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you all next week, my friends. Have a good rest of your day, week, month, year, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you then for episode 9. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace out.